Hey everyone, Ronald here, and in this video we are going to be talking about mentoring. Do you have a mentor? Do you even need one? Are you a mentor? Let's talk about it. So in this video I wanted to talk about mentoring, and this is something that actually organically happened in my career. It turned out that I ended up having like a couple of them, and I think the value has been great. And so I'm making this video because if you've never thought about having one, I would say to try to have that in mind and maybe even like make some effort to try to find one, because there's a heck of a lot that you could learn from someone else's experience and mistakes that they've made, and end up having dialogue with a mentor that you would not normally have with a regular colleague. Maybe a friend that happens to be in technology, you might end up like getting some type of insight about how they resolve issues that they might have had at work, how they went about going to look for new career changes, things like that, things that you might not feel comfortable talking with a colleague. You could kind of think of a mentor like a counselor. Like when you were in school, they might have had like some counselors that gave some advice regarding like what subjects you might want to study in terms of what might lead to a particular career. They had that in high school. They also had that in college. Well, at least I'm assuming most high schools and colleges have that. If yours didn't, nah. But yeah, at work, there really aren't quote unquote counselors. And the closest thing that could come to that is a mentor. Some jobs actually do have counselors, but even then, they were like hired to be a counselor, and like how much can you really trust them? You know what I mean? So regardless, all right, so how do you find a mentor? How do you go about doing that? It's kind of hard, but you could kind of do it the same way as you would do it to try to find a friend, in terms of, I shouldn't say that, not like a friend, but in terms of like networking. One site that comes to mind, and I've mentioned this before in other videos for other reasons, is meetup.com. And if you're not familiar with Meetup, it's a website where you can go to and check out a bunch of different topics and see what type of events are going on related to that topic. If you like tennis, you could search for tennis, and then there's a tennis meetup group that probably meets up like once a week to join and play that game with them. If you like technology, a bunch of different type of programming or technology related meetups, you could go and meet someone there. So you could do something like that in order to find someone that's in your field, and then like build a rapport with them. And then, you know what? You could even just say, hey, you know what? I really like your experience. Are you cool with being a mentor for me? You know what I mean? You could get away with that. If you're trying to find a friend and then you're like, hey, I really like you. You want to be my friend? That might just sound a little weird as an adult. As a child, that's cool. Kids could get away with that, but not as an adult. Why? That kind of sucks. But as a mentor, you could probably get away with that, And some of them, most people like to help others, so I would imagine they'd be cool, unless for some reason you guys didn't jive and then you asked them that. But that's something I just wanted to briefly talk about, the importance of having a mentor, because earlier on in my career, I used to be in advertising for a little while, and when I was going through some rough times there, it was really nice to have somebody I could chat with that was personable, that wasn't like my boss or colleague, but they organically became a mentor. And we stayed in touch even like after I left that job. When I started working at at Accenture, it used to be called Anderson Consulting. Um, I had a mentor there that told me about different opportunities. He was actually the first one that told me about 401ks, like for investing. It never really came up otherwise, you know. And that was like pretty cool. And that organically happened because I used to do tech support, and we got to chatting while I used to like fix his computer, and he learned about the type of work that I was doing and like how I could, and suggested some things to me regarding how I could switch from one department to another, because I was telling him I was kind of bored with tech support and was thinking about programming. Told me about 401ks, told me about how to shift from one area of the company to the other, and we stayed in touch for years after that. So I have like a series of other like examples of how mentors have helped me, but definitely keep that in mind. Go out onto a meetup if you don't have one, or make different friends at work that are not like too close to you, that you think could be a genuine mentor, and always keep that in mind. All right, you can always learn from other people's experiences. So that's it for now. That's all I wanted to say. So let me know in the comments if you have a mentor, how you organically got one. That would be really cool for other people to know. I'd like to check that out also. And yeah, that's it. If you like that video, you know what to do. Touch, tap, click that like button. And for other videos in the future, click that notification bell when subscribing. So on my left, you'll also see some other videos I've done in the past. You like how I do that? Like on the left here, go ahead and click those videos if you want to check those out. You ever see like those news clips and they show you some like terrible news that happened that day, and then at the end of the YouTube video they're like, and if you want to see more tragic news, click on over here to the left. Anyway, if you want to see some more of my videos, click on over here to the left, and I'll see you in the next video.